than I remember.
You remember my degeneracy comes out when I play this game.
Yep. All of the cool little things you don't like. You don't like shenanigans. You just want a very predictable game where you can farm. Well, no, your career will die. Awesome.
Looks like we're just gonna have Hollison lose quite a chunk of HP here. FY though has already expended the blood grenade, not gonna be able to get a kill. He's gonna take some damage too, and this oh wait, actually, Sand King goes in. Chalice was hoping for the kill, but maybe put himself at the death's door. They just need one more right click to kill Paulison, but it will not arrive. Instead, Low draws the first blood, bringing down Chalice. That is not how they wanted to start, and FY is like, bro, I wanted to, you know, manipulate the creep wave, not get involved in this skirmish, and now look what's happened.
This is like the most useful dying light I've seen. Okay, show fight recap, please. There is something very cool. 631 damage done by the Alchemist, 631 damage done by the Phoenix. Like, they literally did the same amount of damage. Look at that.
Perfectly balanced. All things should be.
Yep. But
that's wonderful.
Dying light, man. Level 1 dying light destroys you if you're not careful.
So, bottom lane, obviously, with that hot start, we should be anticipating Xtreme Gaming to do much better than anticipated. They'll be feeling good about themselves here, putting more pressure out onto Chalice. And now the Sand King waiting for the clock to manipulate the wave. Because now, you know, before it's like these shenanigans will give them an advantage. Now the shenanigans are necessary just to have this lane go normally.
Exactly. This start is their worst nightmare. Xtreme Gaming are going to be very happy with how things are going to be going here in the bottom lane. And I don't know if it's going to change, not going to lie. It's weird to say, but that little maneuver at the start ruined your lane completely with your team total.
How are things going on the other side of the map? Hopefully their compatriots are faring better. As Monet farming really, really well here on the SF with the help of this Enchantress. And indeed, they are going to be forced into going the Wild Axis build, which, you know, has meant less harass directly onto the SF. And looks like PickU has been playing quite well at forcing back both PYW and New, as he's the only one that can bring forth the additional creep in the lane.
Yep, and Enchantress has done a really good job here in this lane because he didn't allow his camp to get blocked. He's going to be able to get the pull. Generally, this would have been a really good position for Xtreme Gaming, but with the pull coming through, the lane equilibrium getting back to it, the SF will be able to continue farming. Still, you are not stopping you from farming, and I think that's what is important for Xtreme Gaming. Though this game, he might decide just not to go for the Helm of the Dominator at all versus the Enchantress.
I will say though, if he goes like the Aura build here, man, Pipe feels super strong. I think I would actually prefer Aura Beastmaster. We'll see what he decides to do, as he's just gonna put some pressure out onto PickU, force him to use the attendance. But Enchantress should be fine here. I say that, but PYW hoping to get a little bit closer, but they're just harassing him back. He should be fine.
A little bit lowish on mana on the Beastmaster. You have some wand charges in the Healing Lotus, but you don't want to use them when you're full HP. So you're probably just gonna hold it. But now, with you having Healing Lotus and those stick charges, you're probably gonna be applying a little bit more pressure. Speaking of which, FY is being smacked on the bottom lane again.
Gosh, poor FY about to die. One more hit from Paulison. Is he gonna tick out to the Fire Spirits? Yes, he will. This lane is an abject disaster right now. Sand King can barely find any CS. They've already found their second kill of the lane. His Alchemist is completely uncontested. So it's not how it was supposed to go, but that early death, that injection of gold into Paulison and Low, has changed things so drastically. Like you said, Team Turtles can't even recover the position.
Missed raise there from Monet as well. Yeah, this is why I thought it would be safer just to send the Enchantress to the bottom lane, because it would allow you to do better in that lane. 2 melee heroes versus an Alchemist. One mistake and your lane goes down. Monet has been left alone. He went too far.
He has. PYW trying to close him down right now. Doesn't have additional stuns, however. As PickU shows up, throws in a blood grenade, looking towards PYW himself. Centaur Conqueror looking for the stomp. It doesn't connect. Ooh. PYW not gonna get brought down here. Unfortunate miss from the Enchantress there.
But it's hard with the Centaur Conqueror, man. He's just so slow, and then his animation is so huge. You need to be right next to the target for the stun to connect. Plus, the AoE is really not that high.
Big thing though is that they managed to keep Monet alive. And let's see how things are going middle. Somnus was the hero of Team Turtle in the previous game. We see him here beating out the puck in this 1v1 matchup. It's a matchup where I'm not really expecting that neither team will really expend too many support resources coming middle, so Somnus will be happy to just keep going, keep farming.
For sure, right? You just want to apply some pressure to the puck and make sure that he's not getting those runes so that he doesn't make rotations. That is the main thing, and it's very important for a Invoker to do well in this lane because you generally don't have good ways of dealing with the puck.
Bro, is Somnus going to be so unlucky that he loses another courier in this game?
He is going to be losing it 100%. We've already seen it, right? I don't know. I don't know. I just hope that he doesn't lose couriers in timings of the game, which is what happened in the previous one, right? 2 big item timings just being taken away.
Bro, 6 minutes of the game with 10,000 gold just doing nothing.
Healing power.
Very unlucky. But now though, things are going well for him. He's chillin'. Not really expecting too much help as mentioned. The help might be going top as PickU going in with the shield rune. They might try to pincer in onto this Beastmaster who has now gone into the safer place. Actually, Beastmaster goes forward. He's going in. They've got a TP arriving from the Phoenix with the Hex from PYW. He does eventually die, but takes the Shadow Fiend's life first. Now all of a sudden PickU probably gonna die as well. They brought in XM with the puck. Even commits the Dream Coil just to make sure. 2 kills are found in the top lane. Very nicely done by the side of XG.
Yep, and nobody's rushing the Alchemist. He's alone versus a Sand King who's struggling already. So that's going to be a nice one for Xtreme Gaming either way. Of course, Puck, you just want to go for those rotations. I don't really think he needed that coil at the end, but he really wanted to be the one to secure the kill. Okay, this could be big.
They can get it.
Yeah,
FY. Outclicks Hollison. Hollison able to dive himself away to safety. And they might be able to find PYW. Can he find FY? The wild axes do not connect. He doesn't have a TP. He's dead to rights. They found him. They killed him. But he did steal the Wisdom Rune. And honestly, the way this game is going right now, not only getting the rune, but drawing this much attention, hashtag worth, baby.
Yep, it's not that important for the turtle supports, but when you look at it, Lion Phoenix, imagine the amount of snowball you get if these heroes get an early level 6. Now, that is going to be slightly delayed. Their levels are still quite high, though, on these 2 supports. 4.5 on both of them, a little bit more on Paulison.
Oh, no. All right, the hero right now, Enchantress, heroic ward planted down in this bottom lane. To try and at least get the D ward, but the previous ward from Paulison was even better. Without that ward, Alchemist is probably dead right now because Monet was also going to come through the gate. Vision wins games, baby.
Yep,
Extreme Gaming instead.
Better.
Look at this, News getting gone on right now. They've got the Conqueror right in front of him, and this time it's very easy. Unfortunately, they don't give the kill to Monet, but all they care about is having a dead Beastmaster.
Yep, very, very important for them to keep him down, especially because he's going to be going for an axe this game. They're quite aware of it as well. Let's see if Somnus can do something with his haste. Take down a tower. That's big if they are able to do it.
Unfortunately, there's no targets available here for them to quickly kill off, but like you mentioned, the tower will certainly suffice.
Yep, this is now
unfortunately,
what's up? Why are you sad? Don't be sad still.
Because Chalice died again, bro. He's having such a tough game. Just sad for him.
Having a tough series, right? But this is worse for Xtreme Gaming because last game with their Beastmaster, they were able to take down the tier 2 in the enemy safe lane and mid lane early on. Now with the Beastmaster, he loses the tower. A lot of the games, I would really like for somebody to find that stat. How many of the games the Beastmaster wins when he loses his tower before taking the enemies? I'd say it's like 80%. Like, it's that high because it's so freakishly important.
Mid lane, the Invoker's life is also important, and it looks like they are about to lose him. Not much they can do about this. XM, he'll be able to get out quite easily on his puck, and they're not going to be able to defend him. Here comes Chalice, though. They've got Dust available. Fortunately for them, though, the stun doesn't come out before the Burrow Strike. In the meantime, though, FY middle, he gets killed off. They committed the Primal Roar from Mew for that one. Ends up being worthwhile, a double for the puck.
The Xtreme Gaming, they see that the top lane is kind of lost, and pushing that top tower is going to be very hard with you not having your own, nothing to fall back on. So they just put a lot of pressure in the mid lane. If they defend the tower on Team Turtle, it's still fine. And you can see how many heroes they're bringing in, but the goal lead is increasing quite a lot because you are losing quite a decent amount of heroes.
And while all this is happening, Low is just calmly farming away on the Alchemist. A night and day game versus game one. And we got to see it for the side of Team Turtles. Was struggling just to get himself in contention, but Low has been at the top of the net worth since this game began. They need to kill him, and it looks like they might get it. Somnus is here. They got the Burrow Strike out with the AD rune on the Sand King. Epicenter supplying a ton of damage. Somnus happy to claim the kill. Very nicely done by Team Turtles in this bottom lane.
Really not respecting the speed at which Team Turtle can move around the map, because it was obvious that the Sand King was going to be coming bottom, and then if he gets any help, you are going to be going down. So now they are focusing on their side lanes. If you look at Xtreme Gaming, if they take down the mid lane, it's not that big of a deal because their catch isn't the greatest until like a Lion gets a Blink Dagger. So this mid lane tower going down is not that big of a deal. You want the side lanes so that you have more of the map to farm, and you're not getting that. So, it's still pretty solid for Team Turtle in terms of towers that have been taken and the map control that they hold.
Yep. Moving very well around this map, despite the fact that they were experiencing some tough times in the early laning stage. And now we see Somnus, him and Piku moving together to try and command control in the jungle, but ideally put more pressure. Let's expand the areas of the map that they control to the entirety of the mid and the Radiant jungle.
PYW, he really hates this creep, it seems, because he was threatening with the finger there. But you need to utilize this mid lane tower being down, right? Sure, it's not that great for your team because you don't have constant catch, but coil into a finger needs to be used off cooldown, right? To utilize that the tower is down and open up the map by taking one of the heroes out all the time.
Are scanning. Radiant are scanning.
Hasn't really been happening for them right now. Alchemist finishing off his Radiance, so would still like to farm a little bit, get his Blink, stack up for the BKB. And that gives Team Turtles time to farm up back as well. Chalice had a rough start, but with some ancient stacks, the help of FY, he'll be able to recover. He's not that far away from having his Blink Dagger. And then we'll soon start to see the Sand King moving around on the map, trying to get kills and recover his gold in that fashion.
The only thing is I'm looking at some damage issues on the side of Team Turtle, but you probably can bring down a Puck, a Lion. Those are the heroes that you would like to take out, just get them off the map. And considering that they've taken the mid lane tower as well on the side of Team Turtle, their ability to go for ganks in terms of getting into the right position is awesome.
I see Somnus is building into this Orchid. He's not that far away from having it. And XM is not going for a Yules, not going for a BKB or anything. If they can keep this Orchid a secret, and so he will, but that's first surprise. You're not first revealed. Could really pay dividends for Team Turtle.
Exactly. And this is a very good Orchid game, right? Because it's very good versus the Phoenix, it's very good versus the Lion. It's going to give you solo kill potential on the Invoker, which is quite huge.
Xtreme Gaming, they smoked up several heroes. They want to find this kill onto the edge and then turn this into a tier 1 tower. And they do manage to do so. They burst them, but here's the turnaround potential. Tornado thrown forward, Epicenter out as well. The Requiem forces the damage onto the Alchemist and kills him off. Holison at least did have the Supernova triggering on the side, but they have no follow-up on top of it. Both him and PYW trying to get away. PYW trying to TP out, but no! Chalice thought they had the damage, so he didn't throw out the final right-click. He was trying to give it to Monet. Well, that's one time I want somebody to kill Seal from me as a carry.
Infused raindrops very late into the game, but PYW just hasn't been fighting all that much. That's the reason that he survived. If he didn't have the raindrops there, the Raze kills him, and they just counted on it, didn't really pay attention. Who thinks that a support has an infused raindrops 14 minutes into the game? So you can't really blame him.
Nonetheless, even though they didn't get that kill, they got the clutch one. Low died. They defended the tier 1 tower, all at the cost of an inch. You take that all day, every day. And low, playing fairly far forward here. So, but they go for the easier kill. They see this Lion. PYW does get the Hex out. Very nice Earth Spike onto both of them. That's actually going to end up saving his life.
Yeah, but still a smart choice to go for the Lion either way. This is the hero that you want. Killing the Alchemist is pretty much impossible for you to. Once you get an Orchid, maybe. But even then, it is very smart for Team Turtle to just go for the easier kills in this game. The thing is, keep the Alchemist away from the creeps. You don't necessarily need to kill him. Make him be afraid, and you do that by making sure that he has less teammates on the map rather than just going for kills that you're not gonna get. Let's say you go for a Phoenix, you don't have an Orchid, he gets the egg off, you're screwed. But once you get the Orchid, the game changes.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Several heroes down bottom, one of whom is the Orchid carrier. Somnus is here. Would love to reveal it. XM right in front of him. They have vision of this puck, and he just committed the orb as well. This could be very dangerous. They don't have the Sand King nearby, unfortunately. If Sand King was here, XM would already be dead. Now they know. They have awareness. They scouted him a little bit, but they do get away. Somnus doesn't have anybody to close the gap for him. So very, very close call for XM, but he's fine.
They knew that he should be having it right now. They didn't reveal it, the Orchid itself, but he saw the Oblivion Staff earlier, so it was kind of obvious to the puck what was going to be coming his way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Still, though, they haven't been able to put any positive pressure on the map in quite a while from Xtreme Gaming.
Yep, good vision from... the thing is, they don't want to, right? Xtreme Gaming right now, they know which items Team Turtle went for. It is Blink Dagger on the Sand King, Orchid on the Invoker. You don't get kills now, it is going to hinder your ability to farm. So if you dodge, I'd say that's good
Radiant's
enough.
bottom tower is under attack.
Sand King still a ways away from his Bloodstone. Like you mentioned, they still haven't found the initial kill that they wanted with this Orchid. They might try to go again, though, because they're smoked up. Him and FY. They don't have the best vision of these heroes right now, though. They only see this Beastmaster all the way in the bottom lane, but that's a fairly long trek to go for. Let's see if they decide to make that full journey.
Well, they are going to be going into the big jungle. That is where you should be getting the most of your kills. And I don't really like what Team Turtle are doing, right? You got your items, sure, but those items in themselves are going to be scaring Xtreme Gaming from playing overly aggressive and farming too much. So you could farm yourself and then just wait for the enemies to make mistakes. And now you're putting Somnus in a bad situation.
He is, but at the same time, the Burrow Strike had caught the Beastmaster before the Primal Roar. At the same time, though, this egg will pop. Stunning 2. One is already gone in the form of Chalice. And they're going to chase for the secondary kill. The self-stun, unfortunately, onto low. Inhibits him from catching up to pick you. I mean, this is okay for them, but unfortunately, when you've lost out on at least your Sand King, you don't get any further momentum. Yeah, you got Somnus out of the fray, but definitely not feeling good that you still can't find kills with this Orchid.
It's not good. There is a BKB on the Alchemist, there's a Yules on the puck, right? Your Orchid is now not going to be as valuable. Lion is approaching his 4-staff. The only thing that you did while having this Orchid is run around the map, hope for kills, not even utilizing the threat of it to get a decent amount of farm. Xtreme Gaming are now in full control of this game, and they can go for fights if they want to. Now they can choose what they want to do, whilst Team Turtle, they just gonna have to rely on their Shadow Fiend and playing around them all the time. It's just not gonna be easy.
Yeah. TP going top with the Enchantress. Sand King scouts Paulison. Somnus is on the way with this Orchid. Would love to finally be able to use it. I think they're finally gonna get this grab here. Paulison, no! Gets away. At the same time, though, Cogs trapping in this Alchemist. He does have a BKB ready to go if need be, and he pops it now. This should be fine for him. Sand King going forward with the Burrow Strike onto PYW, but he's still alive as well. Looks like the Xtreme Gaming heroes, many of them are going to escape. Can they at least get PYW? Hookshot will be there. He's still alive somehow, but the pushback on the Cogs will ensure that this time he does die. Do they have enough in the bank to take this Aegis in the next minute? Because that's what Monet is angling for right now, heading to the top lane.
There is a solid ward from Xtreme Gaming there, but the lanes in the top lane shoved out quite nicely. I think he could come and defend this. Puck now has a TP though. No, he's not TPing, so this is going to be going towards the turtle.
Do TP Somnus to the mid. And Beastmaster is
He has
here, so is
vision.
XM. If he
He
steps
sees the
forward, he
Beastmaster.
could end up dead, but he, like you said, he has vision, he knows. XM jumping in, gets silence out onto the hero of the Beastmaster. 2 hero Borrow Strike to follow that up. Can they get out of this here? Tornado onto the Beast. We see New getting slowed down. Finally, he lays out the Primal Roar. Dream Coil was dropped as well, but all they get is FY. Sadly, though, they don't want to chase for more. Alchemist was hoping to maybe, if need be, get involved, but they do not cross the river from Turtles. It'll just be the one death.
Another question is how much in terms of lane outpush can you do with Extreme Gaming, because that's what you want to do. You want the waves to be shoved out, so the Team Turtle have to get together to get them back out. And at some point when they disperse, you catch them, but they haven't been able to do much. They're drawing the lines right now. It's too late. It is too late for Extreme Gaming. Their bottom tower is going to be pressured.
Tier 2 tower being pressured is probably also going to give rise to the Chrysalis on the Shadow Fiend. He pretty much has it finished already. It's flying out right now. So damage output will be increased quite much.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Let's see. If you go for a trade, it's really not that bad. Puck is going towards the bottom lane. This is kind of dangerous for him.
He's so lucky that Somnus isn't here. Otherwise, it could have just been orchided and just killed immediately.
Oh, they
They're
want
gonna
to
try and
fight?
kill Monet immediately, though. He jumps in. Unfortunately, Monet has a BKB. Triggers it off. Has the Requiem ready to go if need be. And he'll just run away, though, abandoning Chalice, who gets fingered for his efforts. So they lose the Sand King once more. Everybody else beats a hasty retreat.
It's dangerous for you not to pop the BKB, but I maybe would have preferred for him not to, right? Because you do have an Invoker to cover for you. The reason why it's so scary is because there's a Roar and there's a Lion Hex waiting for you. So you might even get Hex before popping your BKB once the Aegis allows you to respawn. But the second that you use the BKB and run away, that's the second that Xtreme Gaming know that they're winning the next fight, no matter what happens.
Dire's bottom tower
They managed to
has
defend
fallen.
their tier 2 tower down bottom, outpush and grab a tier 1 for themselves.
Dire's middle tower is under
Strangely enough, the gold lead is not really increasing in their favor, mostly on the strength of Monet's farm. And speaking of Monet, he's coming in. The Sand King is back online. They might want to fight this. Yet again, though, Somnus not available, but just the numbers being here should be able to threaten them back. But XG, Alchemist triggering the stun. He jumps in onto Monet. They get the stun out, but I think he was just probing him. Didn't really expect to be able to go in on that one.
Invoker is coming now, so you've stayed for too long. This is very nice for Extreme Gaming. The thing that both teams were lacking in the previous game is that move of, we're gonna force your rotations, we're gonna find out where you are and keep you in that place, and then once you disperse, we're gonna catch you. And there was a lot of commitment, full-on commitment from both teams in the previous game that cost them. Extreme Gaming this time around, they're doing a really good job.
23 minutes into the game, it's a 6k net worth lead. 54% win probability, and a lot more, not a lot more levels, but slightly more levels. At the same time, it's still very, very close. I mean, it's a 6k net worth lead, but a lot of that gold is sitting on the Alchemist. He's 4k up on the Sand King, on the SF, excuse me. Then the rest of the lead is just, you know, you have a very, very poor Enchantress.
Radiant's bottom tower is under Radiant's
Okay, they get the
bottom
tier 2.
tower has
I guess
fallen.
that's nice, and their glyph has refreshed. Oh, they're gonna be
Dire's top tower is
they're
under
gonna be
attack.
okay in that regard.
Radiant's
And they're
bottom
actually
tower
gonna
is
try
under
and
attack.
force you back. Considering they still have the Aegis, this is not that scary for an SF.
Now he also has Alacrity to be thrown into him as well. So he's even scarier. But they've done the job, like you mentioned, force these heroes back. So now they can start controlling the jungle. They're going to be the ones starting to push out these waves. This game still extremely, extremely close.
The thing is, Extreme Gaming did force out the glyph in top lane. So with the next push in the top lane, they should be able to equalize the tower count. That's quite nice for them. But for the past 4 minutes, they haven't been able to increase the lead. So this Aegis has helped Team Turtle, at least in that regard. AC is done, though. That is the big item. You're versus an SF. The presence of the Dark Lord is a big deal. The amount of physical damage that he does is insane. But with the Alchemist having the AC, it changes things. It actually changes things quite a lot because your supports are now not going to be getting two-shotted. Okay, whilst he has an AD rune, they are going to be getting two-shotted. But hopefully, when it expires, that's not going to be the case.
An AD rune with a Daedalus freshly delivered for Monet. No wonder they're going to smoke up immediately. Unfortunately, they don't have the best vision, dude. Alchemist. Low, trust your instincts, my friend. Okay, Hellbear Smasher scouts him. They know where he's at. They're on the way. FY leads things off, finding the cogs out. Low still hasn't triggered off his ultimate just yet, and they're going for easier prey. They find Paulison. There's going to be the silence up, but look at this jump in from Low. He's going mano a mano against Monet, and he's winning this fight. Finger of Death will help out as well. They eventually bring down the SF. Paulison, they couldn't kill him, so now he throws out the Supernova as the rest of his team is chasing down Somnus. They surrounded him. They've killed him. It's a double for this Alchemist. Team Turtles are just getting routed right now with the Sunray also able to take out this Enchantress. All of a sudden, there's 4 heroes dead, and Team Turtles don't even find a single target on the side of XG.
They forced it too much, and that's the thing, right? Because you have a Clockwork and he has a long-range initiation, but where's your follow-up? Every other hero needs to run in. The way that this lineup works is that the SF stands forward, and then when the enemies go on him, you go for the counter initiation. That's what you want. For that, though, you might be needing some Force Staffs on your team, and they don't have them. That's why they went for this kind of play that is just never going to work.
Dire's bottom tower has
I
fallen.
must say, it has been rough going from Team Turtles in the map movement department. They've been able to dodge sometimes, but their offensive moves, when they're not just playing passively, none of them have worked out in this game. There's a reason why they're still stuck at 5 kills, 26 minutes in.
Other than the early tower takedowns from Team Turtle, they haven't been doing much in this game. Even though in the previous game they had some overextensions, I think they played much better Dota. This lineup of theirs is just, it's weird to get right. Some teams, some tier 1 teams might be able to get it. Look at now, Puck with an Arcane Rune has a Parasma. He destroys Chalice, and probably Chalice is the biggest problem for them in this series because he has been struggling for 2 games now.
Back-to-back struggles for the poor guy. Top lane, they're hoping to find Somnus. Do they have the reveal for him? They do, and they get him out right now. Paulison gets him out. Somnus tried with the Orchid, but the jump forward from Low
Nice
catches
ball.
him in the corner, and he is going to get killed. Very nicely done by Xtreme Gaming.
Meanwhile,
Team
Enchantress, look at the mid lane.
Enchantress dead?
He might be.
Let's see. XM thinking about it. It is an Ench after all.
Dire's
Never a fun target to be going onto.
But he would have gone for it if he saw some of the heroes on the top lane. The thing is, when he saw a lot of the heroes missing, he knew that they were gonna be targeting him. Now they're trying to get the glyph out of Xtreme Gaming. That is the one that they want. Hard to do, but a valiant attempt either way.
Yeah, they don't have an Aegis, so they're probably going to back up for it. We will know in a moment exactly when Roshan respawns, and it is a moderately long one. So Team Turtles will have enough time to marshal defenses to try and contest for the Aegis.
XM has been playing out of his mind. The definite MVP of the series. Like, literally, if he starts feeding now and then feeds in the third game as well and they lose, he's still the top dog. Look at him. He has died only once in the previous game. Now he hasn't died a single time. Of course, in this game, it is a lot easier to stay alive, but he's doing everything right. The items, the movement, the TPs, the wave out pushes. It has all been perfect coming out from him. And now he has an Invis rune, so he's going to be going hunting once again.
Yep. It's level 20 as well with the Waning Rift cooldown, so very dangerous hero. They will see the Enchantress, but now they will recognize that there's probably a sentry ward somewhere.
He has a gem
get
with
some
Enchantress, though. That's the way he
I
saw
got
him.
the gem. Okay. Gems.
Yep, there's one on the Puck, one on the Enchantress. Good thing for Team Turtles is that they do have the 4 staffs now, and that is great. The bad thing is that you're so far behind that your damage output is going to be a problem. So you need a lot more time now. So those 4 staffs, other than being utilized to turn the fight around, the SF are going to be utilized to just run away.
They've got 3 4-stars at the moment with a 4th en route for the Enchantress at some point. So they're going to be playing the maximum mobility game. But like you say, they can only really run at this point in time. The strength of XG is astounding.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
they smoked up, in fact. They're going to try and leverage that strength and kill off some of these TT heroes.
Yep, so you are shoving out the bottom lane and then you're trying to catch them off guard, but unless you're going super aggressively into the enemy triangle, you're not going to be able to do it. This was just way too slow from Xtreme Gaming. Nice read from Turtles, and also showing the Invoker on the bottom lane gave Xtreme Gaming a false idea where the enemies are at. So in the end, it's just going to be a positioning smoke rather than anything else.
With this Enchantress, they do manage to regain some map control of their jungle. This area of the map where TT's been struggling to play, but now they can. Some time for them to farm. And somehow Monet's still been keeping up there in the farm department. It's like, he's second to this Alchemist, but he's still, if they allow him to like be able to sit down and throw out right clicks, he could still be really, really scary.
That's the thing, the Alchemist has been itemizing versus DSF. Nobody else is a problem for him. Jump into DSF, you have a Basher Abyssal, and if you're sitting on DSF, nobody's doing the damage. Then XM, even if you make a mistake and get stunned up, you're not going to die. So this is actually very, very smart from Xtreme. We're not even counting the other 3 heroes that they have, but the 2 cores in general can deal with the entirety of the team. The Puck is probably going to survive, even if he gets stunned up surrounded by the other 4 heroes, and the Alchemist just has one job: sit on top of the SF and don't allow him to hit.
That job gets a little bit easier now because PYW has finished the Blink Dagger on the Lion. So Surprise Initiation is now at the ready. So they've got, what, 3 Blink Initiations? Blink Hex, Blink Roll, Blink Coil. Very scary place to be on the map. I feel like TT, they're going to struggle to stay spread apart. They might just be forced to clump up the entire time to try and deal with this.
That's where those 4 staffs come in handy, right? Every single initiation needs to be met with 1, 2, 3, 4 staffs. Doesn't matter. Just make sure that that hero gets out. If Xtreme Gaming are able to burst somebody down, that is an issue. So, as Team Turtle, you can never allow Xtreme Gaming to choose the positioning of the fight. Sure, general area of the fight, fine. You're not going to be able to influence that all the time, but the exact position to jump in and blow up a hero, it must never happen. Team Turtle, they need to be able to protect their heroes.
Smoke up again from Xtreme Gaming. The Sand King, he is middle underneath the Sentry Ward. We'll see if he decides to stick around here. Picks up a regen rune, tries to blink away. They got him. Primal Roar directly onto his face. Finger of Death to follow that up. PYW has 5 finger stacks available. Holy smokes, that's a lot.
Yep. And he has the Fist of Death. We haven't really seen him punching the creeps though.
Top lane. They get the kill potentially onto low. That's the first life taken away from the Aegis. Does have BKB on go number 2 as XM jumped in, found 3 heroes with the coil. The Requiem, it hits before the BKB. The Alchemist is gone. He was very far away from his team, and you know what? In retrospect, Chalice is like, come kill me again, boys. It leaves you all very far away from your very signature Alchemist.
A huge mistake coming out from the Alchemist. Not only getting caught, sure, that's a mistake in itself, but once you got caught, he needed to put the BKB instantly into his inventory and not wait for him to die, because the Aegis death timer is 5 seconds, and from a backpack to inventory is 6 seconds, so he couldn't get the BKB off. Requiem is also pretty good at not allowing you to do it anyways, but you would have had a better chance if you just made sure that you are going to be putting it into the inventory earlier.
Now though, got to defend the tower. They didn't have to pop the glyph. They took the Tormi as well, giving Chalice a Aghanim shot. So we get the upgraded Epicenter, which is, you know, we haven't really seen that many Epis in this game. However, the enemy team still at this point doesn't really have many sources of magic resist. So, you know, sometimes when the game is going for so long, like, you know, when you're playing up against some Enigma, he's not black holing for like 30, 40 minutes, you sort of forget about the spell. You clump up that one fight, it hits you, you all die. Because we haven't seen any Epicenters, it could still happen in favor of Chalice in this game.
And the thing is, you're versus a Puck and a Phoenix, and just those 2 heroes are not going to be close to other people, don't care about your Epicenter much. Then Lion being next to an Alchemist, that is a positioning mistake for sure. So it's going to be cool to see if he can make it happen.
Clockwork does get taken out. They get the Yules out onto this Invoker as
That's a
well.
BKB.
Somnus though should be fine. Has BKB. The first Hurricane Pike is there. There's still another one available from SF if needed. But no, there they come. Primal Roar. Didn't Mew just get a kill in this exact area with that spell? Indeed he did, but turns out he's going to do it again. Somnus not able to get off the BKB, and they didn't get off the second Hurricane Pike either.
Path, you should have learned on your teammates' mistakes and not allowing it to happen from your side as well. But it was very hard for him to escape there. He needed more Force Staffs to come out to bail him out of that one. Now, they do have a banner. And let's see if they're going to be able to push. Very nice coming out from the Enchantress to make sure that thing dies as fast as possible.
30 seconds without the Invoker. We're not pushing with an Aegis though on the side of XG, so once this banner has been removed, they probably will lose their appetite for going high ground. And that seems to be the case.
Wisdom Rune.
Wisdom. Okay, stolen away by PYW. FY almost got stunned up as well. But he'll get out.
Guys, we know how bad this can be. The enemies just lost on this exact 35-minute Wisdom Rune last time, so let's not do the same. And even though they had like 4 heroes there versus a Clockwork, they decided to just let it go. Take the rune and get the heck away from there.
Things are getting scary. Enchanted Quiver now up for the puck. Dude, this is so much damage. Enchanted Quiver Parasma jump in from said puck. Was able to get some damage out. Monet. He's not the one that's stunned, but the second one will connect onto him. They burst down onto the Sand King, immediately turn their attention to Monet. SK and the Shadow Fiend both dead without buyback being available. And the rest of the team couldn't really do anything. Somnus did his best, threw out a silence or two, but ultimately he just came back into the fray, couldn't really do anything. Now the first lane of Rax looks like it should be taken away here. PicU doing his best, throwing in the impetuses. Not going to find much so far, as they quickly go into FY, kill him off. The Clockwork also doesn't have buyback. So lane of Rax taken without much contest. The second lane is in contention now as well, as Somnus forced back into the base. He can't do anything by himself here.
Yeah, but you know who can do a lot by himself? It's XM. He is soloing them so hard. He sees the SF, jumps in. The rest of the team wasn't even all that prepared, but he keeps them in place for a long enough period of time for the double roar to come out. He is just doing everything right in this game. He has only 5 kills, but a lot of the things that have been done by his teammates have been set up exactly by this buck.
They're just gonna go top to try and get these 4 megas out. Tornado and Cold Snap thrown forward by Somnus, but now the spells are down. He's got Dream Coiled as well. Puck reaching in onto him. XM trying to find the solo kill. Is he gonna get him? Yes, he does! Somnus can't even reach into the fountain. He's already gone. Now XM looking towards this Enchantress. She gets forced back a little bit as the team will trigger out this fortification, but they realize that without Somnus, they can't do anything. With a whimper, Team Turtle throw in the towel. Xtreme Gaming will not be denied. GG, well played. A 2-0 victory for XG right now.
Yeah, and a very easy victory in the last game, especially with how things started. Sure, I still have to blame